Hi, Gina. Well, I'm sorry I'm taking so long to get back to you as a video reply, but I broke my camera and I had just now got a new one. I don't know if how this one works, but that's the reason for the delay, as well as some the usual parade of medical problems. Anyway, I was so impressed with your video because it really struck a lot of chords. When I got diagnosed with cancer, this was 10 years ago now, and I think I mentioned this before, but they gave me 6 months. Shows what they know. But what you mentioned about negative attitude, I have no idea where you get this, because you have one of the best attitudes I've ever seen in anyone. And too many people just when they get sick, they hit the doldrums and do nothing but complain. And the why me crap. And I don't know how you can possibly think you have anything near a negative attitude, because if that's negative, man, I'm dismal. But you also mentioned some of the important things, helping other people who are ill. Truer words were never spoken. Particularly those of us who are unaccustomed to relying on other people. It can be a hard transition, and the sad thing is, so many times all your friends leave one by one, leaving that small cluster of the really tight friends that are often surprising, the ones that rise to the top and will help us whether we ask for it or not. And I think that's the main thing. It is the people who step up with compassion. It strengthens all the real friendships that you have, and gives you a pretty quick index of who you misjudged. Because some of the surprising people that have come to lend a hand to me, I never would have thought it. And on the other side, people that I always thought I could rely on, they just weren't made of the right stuff, and never hear from them. And this isolation is probably the worst part of all of this, I think, is not being able to do all the things we used to do, but how regarded we are and our friends are by us. But it certainly shows you, and it tightly knits that circle of great people. And it sounds like you have several that just are incomparable. Talking about how YouTube has helped you keep in touch. Boy, isn't that the truth? Particularly if you, unlike I, are able to move about pretty freely, it seems. I don't know. But as I was mentioning the isolation, when I was diagnosed, the Johns Hopkins, they had a chat site for people with pancreatic cancer, and that's kind of what turned me on to eventually YouTube, is the friends I made on the Johns Hopkins site. And YouTube was still pretty new whenever I joined or signed up, and I had no idea about this, any of it. So what's odd to me is over the years I've made, well, easily more friends simply because I don't have much outside exposure anymore. But I've made some really good friends and caring people here on YouTube, and it's put me in touch with the social network, at least in a small way. But I don't think you can undervalue the worth that there is to be able to communicate to the entire world. But I wanted to say that you, along with a handful of people that I've met here, have done more to make my days better and to open up avenues of communication that I wouldn't have otherwise. And I think that's the real value of this. And I've really enjoyed watching your progress. And I remember when you moved and how intrepid you were about that. And it sounds like it worked out just great. And you seem happy as hell, and you seem to have good people with you. And I just wanted to let you know that I really appreciate you, as others certainly do as well. That's all I have to say. I wanted to get back to you. And I'm going to be ticked off if this camera doesn't work right. So I'm going to go take a look at what it is recorded and see if I can clean up all of this and put it on there. Love you, babe. Now be well. Continue to be well. Take care.